The purpose of a cow is its ability to graze, because they have been designed in such a way that they can graze. And their grazing is also there is a big science behind it. The dung that falls down will be eaten up with other life forms, creating more aeration to the soil. When they are grazing only, they are in the Goshala, otherwise they are in the Go Shauchalaya. That there is a total difference between those. And people should understand cow-based grazing and dung-based grazing are different. Now all the education system that we say this system is not Purna, that won't work. The milk that we are supposed to drink is the excess milk without separating the cow and the calf. Cow is a herd animal and it has to perform its function of grazing. Then only are we protecting the... Hare Krishna. What is the importance of cows? The importance of any species in an ecosystem or in the environment is its function. Why are you here? That means the function, the purpose of that particular species being here. The purpose of a cow is its ability to graze, because they have been designed in such a way that they can graze. And their grazing is also there is a big science behind it. Unless and until you keep the cows for their function, they will become a liability, because all the use that we have so far done to the cows, we have used them for their utility. And the utility that we see for the cow is the milk, and for the bull is traction. But let us understand the function better. Just imagine, and you should also know a cow is a herd animal, not an individual animal. A herd of cows, maybe thousands, moving from one plot. Just imagine they are grazing in a particular plot. They are eating the tips of the grass. Why? They don't have an upper incisor. They have only the bottom incisor. So they cannot go down and eat the harder part. They can only eat the tender part. So they will eat the tips and they will keep moving. And wherever they are eating, they will may pass dung and urine and they will keep moving. And they may be even laying down some grass that is tall and standing. So once that is collectively called herd impact, what all happens in a particular area where the cows are kept. Now what will happen? They cannot eat from that area because it is full fouled with their dung and urine. So then they will have to go to their next plot. What will happen to the first plot? It will recover from the first grazing. And since they have eaten only the tips, it will recover fast. And so that after a period of time wherein the dung also has been recycled and the proper regrowth takes place, the cow can again come back to that area. That is how they have to move. It is not that people have not been grazing cows, but they have to be grazed in a planned way. That is, you have to allow them to come and graze, and there should be sufficient rest period given to that particular area, otherwise the ecosystem will get affected. The dung that falls down will be eaten up with other life forms, creating more aeration to the soil. So it is a needed essential species in our ecosystem. That benefit we can get only if they are permitted to perform their function. Milk is not their function. To provide us milk is not their function. That is the benefit we get when we graze them properly. So concentrate on the grazing of cows, move them as a herd, otherwise cow will always be a liability to us. That is my experience as a veterinarian. So the importance of cow for us is that it is a grazer. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I passed out as a veterinarian in the year 1992 from Kerala and worked in a dairy cooperative for 20 years. And it is at the last part of my tenure there that I realized that all these years I have been working not doing service to the oath they have taken, that it is all the work that I have done was not in favor of or for the welfare of the animals, because all the animals that I was treating or what I was paid for was also to how to utilize the animal, what is the utility, and how can we extract more, I shouldn't use that word, it was more or less an abuseful, it was not at all a welfare activity that was going on. That is, the cows, I was in dairy, naturally it was for more on cows only. So we were trained and we were used only to extract milk out of the cow. So then later on only I understood that is the utility of the cow, it is not the function of the cow. And when I understood that the function of the cow is to graze, then it totally changed, because Any species in a system has to improve the ecosystem. By living in this ecosystem, you have to keep improving the ecosystem. It should be syntropic, not an entropy. So in that case, only when the cow graze, it will be of benefit for this all the life. The importance of cow grazing is when they feed, or when you protect the cow or ensure that they graze, you are feeding all the life forms simultaneously, not just the cow. That is the importance. When you properly plan and graze the cow, not the way, not overgrazing, the planned grazing, you are ending up in feeding all the life forms simultaneously. So that understanding is there. So once I got that understanding, now I am spending my time working with farm projects. We have resigned from the dairy because I shouldn't be taking that salary, because it is not for the welfare of animals. So I have come out, and I mean giving awareness programs to the farmers, and as well as to dairies. Dairy industries means farm projects, to how to use the cows for their function, and how they will be benefited by keeping the cows. This is my vision, that in the coming years, more and more people will start to graze the cows and not keep them in the go shauchalaya. They have to come out. When they are grazing, only they are in the goshala. Otherwise, they are in the go shauchalaya. That there is a total difference between those. And people should understand, cow-based grazing and dung-based grazing are different. Cow-based grazing, you are using the cow for grazing. In dung-based grazing, cow is in the go shauchalaya, and you are bringing only the cow. So let us, this is our goal, that we want to spread this message. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. On the eve of 75 years of independence for our nation, we should actually think, what do you mean by independent? That is, we are not dependent on the belief that this ecosystem or the earth or where we live in is not Purna. It is Purna, and dependent on the Purna is what real independence is. Now all the education system that we say this system is not Purna, that won't work. The system that where we living is in Purna, that is Purnamadam Purnamidam. That is how we have been taught. Our Vedic education teaches us. We are to depend on the Vedic system, wherein this ecosystem where we live in is Purna, and all the resources are available at site. With that belief, only we can actually become independent. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. On making Bharat the Vishwa Guru by properly protecting the cows. It is a very interesting thing here, because when we actually use the cows for its function and really protecting the cow, we end up protecting all the species on earth. It is not the cow alone. For that, we need to know the function of the cow. And another thing is, if you are not using the cows for their function, they will always be a liability. That's what we see today. Everybody is looking for donations. Some money has to come from somewhere. All that we need to know is, this ecosystem where we live in, this land where we live in, is Purna, because it has been created by a Purna who is perfect, and then so his creation is also perfect. So if the Lord has made any species here, he has also provided the food for them. That is the perfection here. And how is it that they have to get their food? It is from grazing, and we need to plan the grazing. How they should be moving has to be properly planned, and once that is done, it will go on properly. We should also understand that all these years, right from the beginning, the day we are born, what have we understood about the cow? Cow means milk. Cow gives us milk. It is the utility of the cow. And so now years have passed. It is very difficult to change the paradigm of the elderly. But if the correct education is given to the youth, if they are able to understand right from their start itself that cow is a herd animal and it has to perform its function of grazing, then only are we protecting the animal. So that with that awareness, we can do every move of the animal. It keeps building the soil. When they graze in a particular area, they foul that area with their dung and urine. And when they move out of that area where they were before, it recovers from their grazing, and it comes up in a better shape to provide grass for them the next cow. That means next time the cow comes. So it is building the soil. So that is why I say, when the cows perform their function and they're happy performing their function of grazing, only then can the cows be happy, and we end up supporting all the life forms here. And for the cow to be happy, it has to be with its calf. And excess milk is what is our share. What is excess milk? The milk that we get after the cow and the calf are together 24 hours, 365 days. Whatever milk you get excess is our share, not the other one. The milk that we are supposed to drink is the excess milk, without separating the cow and the calf. So the youth, if you come to know at an earlier stage, you can make your living accordingly and save the cows from this harassment and abuse. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. My best wishes to the MyCOW GoPals campaign, because we are trying to make people understand the function of the cow. I am again repeating the same thing. If the cow grazes, it keeps feeding all the life forms simultaneously, because that is their function. And let us not use the cow or abuse the cow for its utility, but let us use them for their function, because their function will support all the life forms simultaneously. Best wishes. Hare Krishna.